Disney obviously has a lot of money, and they could make a lot of big purchases and change up their business strategies a lot of times, but if those new changes don't bring in funds, they're gonna be in trouble. And looking to the future, Disney bosses reportedly want to get into gaming through big acquisitions, and Bob Iger is saying there is no chance that that is gonna happen. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. So starting off with this The Gamer article, not that I like them, but they happen to have an article up on this specific topic, higher-ups within Disney reportedly want to go all in on the gaming industry, ending its current practice of licensing out its properties to other studios. Now, this really isn't all that surprising when you look at how much money there is in gaming. The industry is expected to reach $245 billion in 2023, where the box office is expected to land around $29 billion. I mean, absolutely insane differences in numbers here. So it's not shocking to see that a big company really wants a slice of that sweet, sweet gaming revenue, but it said that they actually want to pull this off by making huge acquisitions, citing EA as an example of the kind of company Disney apparently has its sights set on. Now, this would be a very big deal because Disney's got a net worth of roughly $155 billion, which definitely is not a small chunk of change, and EA is worth $33 billion, so they could afford it if they wanted to, but that would be one of the worst moves they could make right now, judging by all of the rumors and interviews we have heard over the past few months. Iger has actually been really interested in selling TV assets. Only a few months ago, he put up nearly a third of the company for sale, declaring that Disney's linear TV assets were non-core, and that includes ABC and FX and Freeform, and we just found out they're doing major division restructures, so in that department, they are really struggling. So if they're trying to sell things off in order to make money back, making an acquisition this large is just off the table right now, but apparently it's Bob Iger, who is, I guess, the only one with half a brain at the company, who is saying that there's no way that this is going to happen right now, while there are other people at the company saying that this is really what they want to do. It says this comes from a report on Disney CEO Bob Iger, courtesy of Bloomberg. Here it's claimed that Iger's deputies are urging their boss to push Disney's dealings in the gaming industry further. However, Iger has been non-committal, so don't expect any big plays from Disney anytime soon. I mean, again, it's a no-brainer why there would be people at the company going, we are missing out on big opportunities to make a lot of money here. But at the same time, while they could potentially make a lot of money off of the gaming industry, it would be a lot of funds up front to make something successful, to make something that could actually capture audiences. Of course, there have been many Disney-themed video games to release over the years, most notably Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts did great, but the last Kingdom Hearts game did struggle. It did not meet the expectations. Fans were kind of lukewarm about it. It just didn't capture everyone's hearts the way that the first two titles did. So if you even look at other titles that have been made that have to do with Disney franchises, look at Star Wars. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was an absolutely amazing game, and Jedi Survivor that came out this year, the sequel, wasn't bad, but it also still just was not as good as the first game. So they definitely have been kind of struggling when it comes to licensing out their games. It's not like all of the games based on their properties are doing absolutely amazing right now and they're blowing away expectations. So there is a possibility that Disney could, really force their way into the gaming industry, but It would be a lot of money, and they'd have to drop a lot of money very quickly. And do you think that investors will be happy if they start buying new shit? Their stock has been on such a steady decline. I think they really need to hold on to their cash. They need to keep as much as possible at the ready. They need to levy what they already have and rebuild their company, not blow whatever reserves they have. They can contract to get video games made, like Star Wars contracts to EA, like whatever contract they've got for the Knights of the Old Republic remake with Aspire, and do more titles like Kingdom Hearts, but they have to stay on their current course, and changing that up, doing a complete 180, is not going to save them by any means. The article also, for some reason, completely sympathizes with Bob Iger, which I personally don't like. They say the Bloomberg report centers around Bob Iger's disastrous second term as Disney CEO, coming in after Bob Chapek was ousted in late 2022. And this article says things like, oh, Bob Iger inherited a mess and he's just trying to right Chapek's wrongs. But Bob Iger set up several major deals and plans that Chapek ended up, having to deal with and ultimately failed to deal with. That's why they brought Iger back. It's like they made Chapek a guinea pig so that all of these big deals would either fail on his time or they might succeed, but they figured that they wouldn't. So I felt I had to point that out. The gamer definitely tries to paint Bob Iger as like this good guy for the industry and a good guy for the company. And oh my god, it's so sad. He inherited a mess. Yeah, a mess that he created for somebody else. But it also says even if Iger is refusing to budge on Disney's current gaming plans, which is to largely stay uninvolved, the idea that others within the company want to expand this area of business is huge. I do think that it's basically inevitable that a company like Disney tries to branch into gaming, but I just don't think that it is going to be right now. I think that right now they're facing a lot of major restructures, they're making a lot of plans for the future, and I do think that, like, in the next 5 years, we could definitely see them dip their toes into the gaming industry more and try to potentially make acquisitions. But again, they don't have the money right now. It would be a waste to make such big plans and acquire companies and then do nothing with them. I just do not think that that would be a smart plan for them right now. It's probably inevitable, but not anytime soon is something like this going to happen. It says, should Iger be next to leave and his deputies stay in place, then the next boss may be more open to these suggestions and thus introduce another huge player in the gaming market. We have no clue how long Iger is going to stay, because when they brought him back after Chapek, he said he was only staying for 2 years and that was it while they tried to find another CEO. And then a couple of months ago, he signed for another 2 years. So we just don't know what their plan is with replacing him right now and finding a successor, but he's at least here to stay, at least for right now. There's a lot of questions that are up in the air when it comes to Disney. Lots of failures over the past few years for them, billions of dollars lost. I'd like to sit here and say things are going to get better for them, things are looking better for them, but I just don't see that. I don't see them, severely changing anytime soon. The strikes definitely are playing a big role in their TV division restructures, and Bob Iger has said multiple times now they want to focus on quality over quantity, and I want to believe them, but I will not believe it until I see it, because they've given me absolutely no reason to trust them. But yes, apparently there are Disney bosses who want to get into the gaming industry through giant acquisitions, such as companies like EA. Bob Iger does not want to, and there's a lot of questions that we have. If there's any other leaks surrounding this, I will definitely be covering them, because this is pretty intriguing to me. But for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.